The girl stroked the dead dog. She prayed devoutly to God. The next second, the dog miraculously came back to life. But this was not the first time she had revived an animal. A few days earlier, she and her brother were fishing by the lake. They accidentally found a dead bird. She felt very sad, so she prayed to God to bring it back to life. Suddenly, a breeze blew by. The bird came back to life. Her brother and his girlfriend were shocked. After returning home, the girl told her grandfather about it, but her grandfather said it was just an illusion. The next day, the girl gave a friend a painting. It was of him dunking a basketball. The boy was very happy, but he knew he could never stand again, because an accident had left him paralyzed for life. The girl comforted him and told him not to give up, saying it was God's will. Then she held his hand and prayed. However, this time there was no miracle. But the next day, when the boy went for a checkup at the hospital, he found that his toes could move. The doctor thought it was just an accident, but when he walked out of the ward, the next second, the boy and his father walked out together. The doctor was shocked, because it was simply a medical miracle. A reporter heard about it, and reported the story on television. The next morning, patients seeking help came in an endless stream. This made the girl's parents very worried. Her father told her, "If you save them, you will no longer be an ordinary girl. This will affect your life." But the kind girl still walked out of the house. She walked to a blind girl, held her hand, and began to pray for her. When the blind girl slowly took off her glasses, she saw the girl's angelic smile. She then prayed for a disabled boy. The boy immediately stood up, but repeated prayers left her extremely exhausted. She eventually collapsed to the ground. The doctor told her family she had a tumor in her brain. Her life was coming to an end, and God was just her illusion. When her grandfather heard the news, he quietly went to the lake, prayed to God to save the girl, even if it meant exchanging his own life. At the same time, everyone in the hospital prayed for the girl. At that moment, her father found a painting. In it, the girl had predicted she would leave. Just when everyone was in sorrow, her brother found another painting. God had sent the girl back to the world. The next second, the girl really opened her eyes. This story tells us God will bless every kind person.